All right, the Bucks. It is Talking Buccaneers with me, Fumane. Amid rumors linking Relebohile Mofokeng with a move away to Europe this winter transfer window, he has been spotted traveling with the rest of the Orlando Pirates squad. They are jetting off to Spain for preseason in Marbella, as is the norm. This will be the third year now that we'll be heading to Spain to have our preseason there. And yeah, all the content that's been coming out of that, players kind of at the airport and, with the Lucky Buck supporters that are also traveling with the squad to the preseason in Spain. To much of our surprise, a lot of us who are speculating, we have seen Relebohile Mofokeng in some of that footage. Now, obviously, Orlando Pirates had returned to training just before they'd been on their way now to leave for Europe. And Mofokeng wasn't part of that, that content that was coming out of Orlando Pirates training and doing all sorts of things. He was more seen doing, what would you say, promoting brands and that kind of thing, doing his foundation. He was more seen doing that more than on the training pitch. And obviously that has led to further speculation that, he's possibly heading to Europe. He's possibly finalizing a move and hence is not joining with the squad. And then on top of that, to further intensify the rumors, the signing of Rumours. I think there's also been the signing, obviously, of Khositsile, who's also just maybe now been loaned out back to his former club to go and do a season there. But there's been the signing of Tsapang Muremi, and I might be forgetting someone who was also signed and is going to play in the wing position. But all of that, especially the signing of Rumours, has intensified the rumors, suggesting that, Mofokeng is now well on his way to Europe, or maybe some have been talking about, I think they said Israel and that sort of thing. Some were linking him to a move to North Africa and all of that. But having seen him now in, the content that Pirates and SuperSport, Superbet, I think, is putting out of Pirates now heading to Spain, having seen him now in that content, what are we to make of it? Here are my thoughts. I think the first thing that came to mind for me is that it's something I'd kind of been thinking about, but I haven't said. But my thoughts are this. My thoughts are, I would not rule out Mofokeng staying at Pirates and not leaving this summer. In fact, having given it much thought now, I think he's most likely to stay at Orlando Pirates. And the reason is this. I don't think it's because he wants to spend the rest of his career at Orlando Pirates. I don't think so. I think he obviously has ambitions to go overseas. His dad speaks about that sort of thing. He's got the talent to go and play overseas. But I think the reason that he'll stay at Orlando Pirates and stay for about 6 months or half of the season is because there's the AFCON coming up. I think now that I think about it, I think Relebohile Mofokeng will decide to stay at Orlando Pirates for the next 6 months because he wants to get into the Bafana squad for the Africa Cup of Nations. And him moving abroad right now, having to go and settle at a new club, having to go and maybe sit on the bench, he might jeopardize his starting prospects come Africa Cup of Nations. And I think right now he's almost a certified starter for Orlando Pirates. And if maybe, the message from his camp, his dad, his parents, obviously, is that I think his advisors will be saying to him, if you stay 6 months at Orlando Pirates and you continue your rich vein of form, that left wing is up for grabs. Especially even now that Ozonapolis is at Orlando Pirates and won't be giving him much competition if Mofokeng is the starter for Orlando Pirates and Ozonapolis isn't playing much. Mofokeng will almost be guaranteed to start on the left wing. And I think his advisors, if they're smart, they probably are. I mean, they've got him this far. So I have no business questioning their intelligence. But I'm just saying, if they're smart though, they'll probably say to Mofokeng, you are best suited staying at Pirates for the next 6 months. Almost guaranteed that you're going to play, thereby guaranteeing yourself a starting position for Bafana in the Africa Cup of Nations. And if you do well in the Africa Cup of Nations, you are almost then guaranteed that you're going to get your dream move to Europe. And that's what I make of it. I think what we're seeing of Mofokeng go to Europe, it's just, for me, I think, suggesting that the point is to make sure that he plays for his country come Africa Cup of Nations. And yeah, because obviously next year is an Africa Cup of Nations year, and like a lot of players are thinking like that right now. They're thinking, I want to get in my national team. And, you know, for some it will be unwise to start moving now and try and go adjust at an environment where you still need to find your feet. And, you know, we don't know how he'll do, like living abroad alone, whether he'll travel with his parents. We don't know that, but we don't know how he'll do. And I'm sure the advice is just, you know what, stay put for 6 months, 8 months, whatever, 10 months. And then maybe we can secure a signing for like midway through the season or at the end of next season. You know, at the end of next season, Mofokeng will only still be 21 going on 22, which means that he's still got 8 seasons until he turns 30. And if his best years are still going to come at 30, then, you know, he's still got a lot of development to come. And because of the kind of player he is, even, it's quite easy to see him move infield towards the latter stages of his career. So he could still be playing at 33, 34 as a midfielder if he loses his pace. And so that would mean he's still got like something like 12 seasons, you know. So he's got a lot of time. And yeah, I think it would actually be a smart move for him to stay at Pirates. It will obviously suit me as a Pirates fan to have him play for us for a good 6 months at least, maybe more. But I think even for himself, my advice to him, and far be it from me to advise people who know football better than I do, because they're football people and I'm just a fan who analyzes. But still, far be it from me, but I'll still give my advice. My unsolicited, unasked for advice. I would say Mofokeng should stay put for 6 months. Up the mighty Bucks. Cheers. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video from Talking Buccaneers. If you did, please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all our future content.